Diezzo back at it again. This is the second part of the Thunder Empire deck profile. I apologize for the fact that it's 2 days late. My iPad got screwed up. Everything's just down right now, so I'm recording off a computer. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, our first spell. Warlord Sword Release. Pay a gauge and 2 life to use. Draw cards equal to the number of different one-items on your field. Now, I like this card for 2 reasons. One, just in case you guys can't see it, in this deck, in this version of the deck, you basically can easily get 4 one-items on the field. So you're definitely gonna get like a 4 draw. I've gone games where on my first turn I had 11 hand cards because of this baby. Um, and yeah, it's just helping and it's just really nice. The problem is with this deck though that it kind of mills a bit, so this sometimes will hurt you more than help you. So in a normal Thunder Empire deck, run it at 4. In my version of the deck, like run it at 2 or 3. I run it at 1 because I only own 1. Next up for our spells, 2 Overpowering Archdragons. You can only use this card if a Dragon Lord or Thunder Empire monster on your field is battling. Draw a card, choose a monster in battle on your field, and for this turn it gets plus 4k power and defense. So, here's what I hate about this. It doesn't do anything good. If it gave counterattack, I'd be like better about it. But this really just helps like make an opponent with an attack, hopefully, if anything. Or just like get over a Thora with Thunder Halberd, but still not that good of a card, but I run it because I need filler space. Don't run this actually unless you need filler space. And if you do need filler space, run it at the max, like 2. Like I do. Next up, 2 copies of Thunder X Trigard. You can only cast this card if you're being attacked and you have no monster in your center. Notify the attack, and then if you have 2 more different runnings on your field, get 1 gauge, 3 or more, gain a life. It's kind of like Sun Dragon Shield, but has harder requirements to get off the life gain and the gauge. But in this deck, like I said before, you're probably gonna have this. You're probably gonna have the field where you have the 3 different run-ins on the field really quickly in those centers. So yeah, I guess run it at 3 in this deck. I run it at 2 because I only own 2. Loud voice. Okay, so before you guys say anything, I don't know the rulings on loud voice, okay? Explain to me what it is before you go ranting in the comments that I'm bad. So here's what it does. Discard 1 hand card. For this turn, all cards on the opponent's field lose 3,000 power, 3,000 defense, and a critical of 1 for each card discarded. This is actually really good because in this deck you get a lot of hand cards, so it's really useful. The thing is, though, I don't know what the rulings are, so please be kind and like tell me what the rulings are because I don't know how it works, but I know how that is. So next up, 2 copies of Thunder Emperor's Augite. Botstone Thunder Emperor's Augite. You can only cast this if you're being attacked and you have a Thunder Emperor item equipped. Nullify it and gain a life point. It's like a green dragon shield, but as long as you have the item equipped, you can have it you can have a monster in the center to nullify an attack. Really good for getting over penetrate. So yeah, that's like run it at 4 at most in this deck. No, yeah, run it at 4 because it's a really good nullify. You can feel free to cut down Trigard for it, or yeah. Next up is 2 copies of the Fighter's Oath. Put the number of cards of your top of your deck into your gauge equal to the number of different role names on your field, and then you gain life equal to that. So, like I said before, first turn, full field, like 4 different role names, charge 4, heal 4. In my later version of this deck, I can end up getting 5 gauge, 5 life, and then by paying one of those gauges and 2 of that life, I can draw 5 hand cards. So it's really goddamn cool what I can pull off with shenanigans between this and Warlord Sword Release. Run it at 4 or 3. I run it at 2 because I only own 2. Next up is Demon Lord's Warring Blast. Demon Lord's Warring Dragon Blast. I always skipped the dragon part, I'm sorry. Pay 2 gauge to use, destroy all monsters on the opponent's field, and then draw a card for each card destroyed. Really good because, like I said, draw engine, you get out everything. Problem is with this and the last card, once again, this deck can deck out really quickly. I've won all my games with this deck, which is like 10 games, but I've been really close to decking out all of them. One of the games I had 6 deck cards left, one of them I had 9. One of them I had 3. I forgot what the other 7 games were, but I do remember those 3 specifically because they were the ones that were really close. Um, so yeah, run it at 4 in a Thunder Empire deck. If you're playing my deck, actually run it at 2. I run it at 2 because I only own 2, but in my deck, I wouldn't boost it up to more than that. Next up is Secret Dragon like Exhalation. You only cast if you have 2 more different warnings and drop. Gain 3 life. I told you the story behind this one where like it saved my friend in a tournament because he ended up gaining 3 life right before he was hit by an impact, and then it saved him. He went into Sovereign Bots and utterly destroyed his opponent. So, yeah, run that. I would run it at 4 in my opinion, but I run it at 2 because I only own 2. Next up, Thunder's Goodbye. Run it at 4. Don't do what I do right now because I only run 2 because I only own 2. Run it at 4 in all decks. You may only cast it during attack on the opponent's turn. Pay a gauge and bounce a monster on your field, bounce a monster on their field. So, really good to get over basically any type of annoying card, like Gargas, if it doesn't have a soul, bounce it, get rid of their multi-attack. Astrologia, once again, if they don't have a soul, or like a monster on their left to prevent galaxy formation. Or, you know, pretty much anything that relies on stuff, and also Gear Gods. And bots. You know what I mean by that, people. Next up, for our items, that was our last spell. Our items, Thunderstroke, Cure Nodes. 5k power, 1 crit. When it attacks, choose a monster on your field, and for this turn, it gets plus 2k power and critical, and has equipment change, which means if you're about to equip it and you have another item equipped, bounce the other item to your hand and equip this, which is really fun to do, and it's really awesome. Still run it at 2. Because remember, with Makuro and Takasuka, I'm essentially running 2 more items right there. That's 4. And then I run 1 more item, which brings us to 6 items. No, wait, because I have 2 Takasuka, so never mind, I have 7 items, technically. So, Thunderpike, Vagra Demon Slave, 5k power, 2 crit, pay gauge to equip. It cannot attack the left or right, but it has double attack, which is really nice and really amazing and all that good stuff. Now, finally, our last card, the Impacts! Turbulent Thunder Sword, Rupture X Tempest Slash. You may only cast if your opponent's at 5 life or less, and if you have a Thunder Empire item equipped, pay 3 gauge, deal damage equal to the number of different ones in your drop zone. Really cool because in this deck, that's where all the milling comes in. Once you get this thing in your hand and that milling just keeps starting, well, once the milling starts, you can really go hard. I've gone games where on my first turn I had 4 different role names in drop because I forgot what spell combo it was, but there was like a certain spell combo and gauge combo that involved Makuro that I essentially got out 4 different role names in drop on my first turn, where if I could have attacked 2 more times because at the impact in my hand I actually had the 3 gauge for, I would have won. Really good. Still only run it at 2. Okay guys, well, that was the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me I'm wrong. This deck I thoroughly enjoy. I enjoy this deck. Like, it's hard for me to find a buddy fight deck that matches my style. Like, I've tried almost every buddy fight deck that exists except for Drag Metal, Blade Dancers, Greninja, and there was another one. Oh yeah, and Magic World. And once again, that's 72 pillars. But like legit, I've tried every other deck besides that, and this is the first one that feels like amazing to me. It feels like I'm awesome when I use this deck and play with it. Like, tell me I'm wrong. I'm excited to talk about this deck. Like, really excited. Like, I wanted to record this for the days, but I couldn't. I'm really excited to talk about this deck, and like, same with my other decks that are coming up. Seriously, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, donate to the Patreon, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong with this deck. I will love to hear feedback from you guys. Please. And most importantly, don't forget to check us out.